Also, hello there. I want to have this class now scheduled for later in the day, but I don't know what malfunction. But now that we are live, let's just go straight into it. I have my keynote ready already. So, welcome you all on board. It's another time with Tutor.io, the enthusiastic tutor. So, we'll be taking on the course um, POL266. Like I said earlier, it's not supposed to be for now, but since it just came up and just go straight with it, straight up with it. So we're going to be taking what it means by procedure very quickly. Uh, this class was designed. This class is designed to be the last class for this course, right? But I'm afraid that won't be possible because I realize that the course is quite detailed. We have over 230 pages for the soft copy. That's a lot. So we're going to be taking our time to work. Thank God the semester is still fresh and we still have a long way to go. So we're going to take our time to walk through these one step at a time. So we're going to be taking the term procedure and why it is required in every organization, be it private or public. So for those of you that are new to the stream, do well to smash the like button, use the subscribe button, and and able to join the private class where we walk you through all your courses, not almost, walk you through all your courses, give you all the materials you need to do well in your in the semester. So ranging from practice questions, keynotes, and the likes. So just well to chat to me on our official website www.tutorial.com. You get to see the WhatsApp button on the top right hand corner. Smash it, takes you directly to my DM. All right. So let's go straight into it. So we have the course. Excuse me. So we have the course POL 226, volume 8. Okay, just need to confirm the audio. Awesome. The audio is on point. So we have the course POL 226, and we'll be talking about procedure, what it means by procedure, why it's so important, and we'll be discussing certain things. But just before we talk about procedure, okay, now last class we talked about arrangement, we talked about the um, specialties, and generalists. But today we are talking about that's called 226, and we are going to be talking about procedure. Okay, procedure. Now, speaking of which, what are we talking about? Okay, now we might look at this from a general point of view, procedure generally. Okay, step at a time, observing certain steps, then from there moving to the next one. But basically, it's more than that. Now, once go through it and look at what it means, one step at a time, want to look deeply into what this term means and how it relates to this department. Now, administration today is not a matter of personal whims and prejudice. Definitely, personal whims, your what you think. I'm sure it is beyond what you think or what you're thinking of. It is what it is. Now, it is required to follow a definite set. All right. Administration today, for an administration to be effective or for an administration to prove effective, there is need for that administration to have what we call set down rules and regulation. Okay. Now, this administration is required to follow rules and a specific procedure. Okay, so can we now say that rules, uh, uh, procedure emanate from rules and regulation? Definitely, we can look at it from that angle. Because when we talk about rules and regulation, we are talking about certain things you should do and certain things you should not do. So definitely, if you are on duty today, for example, you are coming to work, you are expected to be at work at 9, before 9, and clock in by 9. Then from there, you go to your station, to your office, your department. All right. If where I worked before now as a cashier in charge of finances, so getting to my sport, to my sport, I have to on my computer, on my UPS. That is after I've clocked in, move down on my UPS, on my computer, submit my analysis for yesterday to the department, the accounting department. These are the processes, these are the procedures. Then as soon as I'm done submitting, I open new file and registry for the day. Okay, begin my account again for that particular for the sales of that particular day. And as soon as I'm done, I wrap it all up again, submit it to the next person coming the next day, taking over from where I've stopped. That is one thing. Now, this one I'm following this one step at a time is because there are sets of rules and specific. So, set of rules gives specific procedures. Set of rules gives specific things you need to do now and then. You're not just doing it based on your own whims. All right, like it says here, administration. All right, administration is not a matter of personal administration today is not a matter of personal, okay, whims. All right, it's not a matter of personal whims. Basically, whims and prejudice. All right, whims and prejudice is supposed to be J, prejudice. Okay, it's basically beyond that. Administration, there are certain rules, okay? There are certain rules and specific procedures, particularly when government has to be a government. Now, not about the private sector. Now, we're looking at this on a general level, all right? More like when it has to do with the government, the running of the affair of a state. Okay, it says here. Now, what we need to take hold of here is that administrative procedure. That is the main topic. Administrative procedure. All right. But now, speaking of the term procedure itself, okay. Now speaking of the term procedure itself, I said it is okay set of rules that determines what to do in every organization. All right, set of rules. So let's take that down. Set of rules and specifics. Set of rules and specifics. Okay, set of rules and specifics. All right, guiding. We have guiding policies. Okay, guiding policies. Now we have. Now let's take this. It says here, according to Professor Wilder. Now, Professor Wilder says that the prescribed or customary way of working with the conduct of an organization's business. Look at, underline this, please. The prescribed, according to Wilder, okay, he said prescribed, all right, prescribed or customary. When we say customary, I mean, you don't go out of that. This is how things are being done here. This is how we do it here. All right. The prescribed, what you are being told, what you are being instructed, what you are being trained to do. The prescribed or customary, the way of life or the way things are being done in an organization. All right. The prescribed or customary way of working. All right. It's a way, it's a process of working, okay, together, of working together with working together with the conduct of an organization of an organization. Now let's take note of this. Described as customary way of working together with the conduct of an organization. Now, this is to tell us that everything that you are doing in this company, okay, anything you are doing is in line, all right, with the rules, is in line with the goal, all right, is in line with the objective of that organization, all right. But the bottom line here is it's a procedure, all right, it's a procedure, all right. Definitely, we are talking about the prescribed and customary way of doing things in an organization, okay. So we have that as that. Just a moment. So now let's take it a step further. Uh, like I said, it might not be a long class. I was not supposed to have this class now. It just, I don't know how it happened. I was actually doing some settings and boom, just came live. And I wouldn't want to cancel this class. So we just have to have it eventually. And we have to call it wrap before, all right, before the end of 4 p.m. so I can start the other class immediately. So now let's take this according to what Professor Waldo has said, and we've considered that very quickly. Now he said evidently procedure comprises three elements, namely repetition of transactions in a prescribed or customary fashion. All right, three elements. Okay, so we have three elements. One, okay, customary repetition of transaction in a prescribed. Now the purpose here is that prescribed slash customary fashion. Prescribed slash customary fashion. Meaning that this is how we do things here in this organization. Okay? We have coordinating of various efforts into a large whole. Alright. So we have coordinating of efforts. Okay? That should be not discoordinating, it should be discoordinating. Alright. Coordinative of efforts into a large coordinating of effort into a large whole. All right. So it's not a thing of one person, it's a thing of putting people's efforts together. As number two. And thirdly, all right, number three, we have keeping up organization in operation and attaining its goal. Remember what I said about goal? That everything you are doing, it must be in line of that organization. And how do you keep organization attaining its goal? By keeping up organization in operation. All right, goal oriented, and that's it. So we have that as that. Now let's take it a step further. Now it says here, according to Waldo, it is procedure that governs the routine, internal and external relationship. Definitely, it is definitely procedure that governs everything. The all and sundry of the organization is dependent on this, all right, both internally and externally. So we have that as that. It says here that in public administration, procedure plays more vital role than in any other large-scale organization. Okay, that in any other large-scale organization as is responsible to the people. All right. So when it comes to public administration, procedure even plays a lot of role. Like we all know, those of us that work in government parastatals, even in organizations, private organizations, just like we all know that as a floor member of an organization, information cannot just get from from the lowest level to the level of the management board. It doesn't go like that. It follows procedures, it follows processes. All right. So that's how it is, not to now talk of the public administration itself. So now we can consider procedure as an institutional habit. Okay. Now Procedure as an external habit here, viewed internal viewed internally, can be viewed internally. Procedures constitute habit or model of conduct of the organization. Now, definitely, like I said earlier, that when you consider um, when we talk about procedures, it covers for not just the internal part, but also the external part of an organization. Okay, procedure as external habits, all right, talks about the model of conduct, all right, as an habit, right? Talks about the mode of conduct of an organization, all right. Procedure as institutional habit talks about the mode of conduct of an organization, all right, and we have as that now. Also, procedure as philosophy, as phil, all right, we have it here as. I think I need to align my material properly. Okay, I think I have my material now. Okay, okay, so we have that as that. Now, psychology, it says here that it can be seen as, I just have to have my material in order. Now, it says here that procedure as law of activity. Okay, law of activity, definitely, just like we said earlier, that is said to be set of rules and specifics. Okay, therefore, procedure are can be seen as laws, okay, laws of activities as laws of activities. So all activities, okay, all activities pass through this. All right. So don't act out you don't act out of line, because here are the law and it's in line with the procedure. All right. So if information or communication or what have you, it must go through the procedure. All right. Therefore, acting as a law. All right. You know, when we talk about law, I should be talking about rules and regulations to guide, to protect, to deter. Okay. We have, please let's do it. Let me know if you can hear me. Is raining heavily. Yeah. Now we have the other stats. Now let's take a step further. So we have types of procedures. What are the types of procedures? We have the institutional procedure. Okay. Here it is pertain to staff. All right. Staff or auxiliary function. When it pertains to staff and auxiliary function. You know, we talk about auxiliary, we're talking about providing additional help or support. Okay, so we have that as that. Now let's continue. It says here, I think I should erase this side. Procedure, type of procedure is what we're talking about now. And the first one we are talking about is institutional. Okay, institutional procedure. Institutional. All right. Procedure here, we are talking about the procedure that pertains to staff, right? Pertain to staff, all right? Pertain to staff or auxiliary functions or auxiliary auxiliary functions pertain to staff or auxiliary function. So we also have others like we have others like the moment. Okay, just a moment. I'm trying to adjust my material here. God, what's going on? Okay, so now still on the types of procedure, we've talked about the institutional. Then we're talking about the next one, which is working procedure. Now, under working procedure, we're talking about accomplishing an agency's particular objective. All right, helping now. This is where goal orientation comes in. We'll talk about working. All right, working procedure. All right, talking about accomplishing. All right, goal accomplishments. All right, helping an organization to achieve its goal. All right, and this can be done into two different categories. Right, this can be achieved under two different categories. Now we have publicly issued and those are publicizedly issued. All right, all right. So we have more like the private and public, otherwise known as publicly issued. All right, so this is publicly issued, right, and not publicly issued. Okay, so now under working procedure, procedures meant for accomplishing an agency's particular objective. All right, particular objectives, which are of two types: those objectives that are publicly issued and the ones that are not publicly issued. Now, speaking of objectives that are publicly issued and not, now the ones that are not publicly issued are more like uh, internal accomplishments. All right. When we talk about internal accomplishment, you see organization talking about okay, in this branch, is our branch, or in this our organization, these are the things we need to do, are the things we need to set in order. All right, like our department has to have this, maybe our staff launch, maybe our loan, all right, employee character improved, all these are internal issues. All right, where external issue is more like the brand, the face of the brand, its marketing, and the likes. Okay, so we have that as that. Okay, like I said earlier, we are not supposed to have this class now. But I didn't just know I was actually supposed to have the other class, and this just popped up, and here we are today. So please let's not be disconcerted with the shift in timing. Okay, so let's just now. Okay, I think we're out of time already, and I should be taking. But just before then, I think just before we call it wrap, we're just going to quickly look at what a good procedure is. All right, a good procedure is that which is well adapted to achieve desired ends. All right, a good procedure is that which is well adapted. Okay, a good procedure well adapted. All right, well that which is well adapted to achieve the desired desired result. Okay, now we can say a procedure is good if it has achieved its aim. All right, don't forget that everything, be it law, be it procedure, be it whatever, is to help the organization achieve its goal. All right, so if the goal of an organization is being achieved, that means the procedure they use in achieving it is a good one. Right? That's why we need to underline the keyword here, well adapted to achieve, all right, goal oriented, well adapted to achieve the end result. And this is what I'm going to call a wrap for today. So sorry, the class is quite short, but nevertheless, yeah, very positive that in our next class, we also want to call it, probably we'll make a plan for Saturday, all right, so that we can just, I want us to start something else, probably Telegram class for this course by next week, not this class anymore, all right. So thank you very much, everyone. Uh, I believe you've been able to gain something in today's class. Let's do to submit our notes, updated notes, and get them submitted to the class. I look forward to seeing you all in subsequent tutorials. To have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.